painting time. I have filled in there, and I have filled in the top here. I've also done a bit of more filling here, and some of the cracks and things that have developed. I was doing it. I use this stuff. It's great. This is almost finger dry, so I'm going to give this a coat of white and this a coat of white. And that is it for now. Next, I want to do some painting test. So I have my little crappy brush set from Target, and I'm thinking this colour blue for the train. But I also want to try to make these bits look like wood, and I want this piece here to be grey, but the roof and these panels, this panel, the same on the other side, will be this blue. These will be wood coloured. This section I'm not sure yet. It might just be sort of a black colour, because I'll show you some pictures of what these trams look like and you'll see what I mean. Anyway, so now I'm going to just use a bit of one of these offcuts, paint it with some white, and then do some colour tests on it. Okay. Blue, brown, and this was meant to be that colour, but it's not that colour. So let's start with the blue. It's very blue. The thought with this is, I was thinking more of doing it green originally, like sort of a British racing industrial green type colour. But I thought the garden's pretty green, so everything would look quite green and it would sort of disappear, whereas this blue would stick out against it. She needs to dry. It looks pretty good. The other thing is with these panels, I'm thinking of having kind of detail lines around there on each panel, as I've seen that in some of the photos that I'll also link to shortly. Right, I think that blue might work. Wait for paint to dry. I'm going to go and rinse the brush. So I'm going to try this orange one first. I thought this was acrylic. Actually, these says watercolour paints, so I don't know what these are going to be like. I can't hold the brush and paint at the same time, so I'm going to cut to it being painted now. That is definitely orange. I'm going to go and rinse this brush. Here we go with the brown. Looks probably more like the brown I'm going to want. Cut to painted now. I think that's definitely more the brown that I wanted. I just thought maybe we just do this. What I'm doing is just trying to paint some of the brown down onto the orange to see what colour that makes. So it's sort of a dry brushing technique, taking one colour and putting it over another. Actually kind of makes it look better. So maybe I will do that. Do this one first, and then this one dry brushed over the top. Gives it more a kind of realistic tone, maybe. I don't know. Wait for these to dry. Once this dries, I might do another coat of blue, and then I'm going to see if I can show you what these lines I mean are. They're going to be around the edges. This has now dried. I quite like the blue. So now I'm going to just try the white lines on it. got 2 white lines. This is not good. I think I'm going to have to use tape to get the lines right. So I'll tape a line there, 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 there. So 2 bits of tape, paint down the middle. 2 bits of tape, paint down the middle to get the lines strong enough and straight enough, because by hand it looks a bit more like Japanese calligraphy. Followers of the vlog, I know there are some of you, Mr. Jason Bock, will remember this one. This is the original steam tram that I made, which was just much too large. Anyway, I have salvaged some of the bits. These were off the original diesel loco that came with the kit, as were these, as was this. These are actually mounting points for server fans. Anyway, I'm going to reuse these on this model to give it some sort of more interest. Here we go. Now, I've got the carriage that's going to follow directly behind. So first thing is to line these bumpers up. Now it looks to me like if I just butt them up straight underneath that, that'll be about right. So I'll do this first. Including the eating apple. Bumpers at the front. Also added on the bell and the horn. Bumpers at the back. Next thing is fixing the handrail on there. Not sure how I'm going to do that yet. Annoyingly, the filler has not really filled, I think, because it moves too much. Might just have to paint that and see if that covers it. Okay, handrail. Here we are. Accoutrements on. The pipe, handrail, front bumpers, horn and bell, side rail, rear bumpers. And I've also filled this gap with some super glue. So I thought maybe having the glue in there would enable me to then do another layer of filler over the top and then sand it back and then paint it. But we shall see. So I'll leave that all to dry overnight, do another layer of filler in there, the sanding, and then I think we're on to the painting. Round 1 of the paint. Despairing YouTube wife. It's going to be very blue. It's not quite this blue in real life. It's darker blue. The camera is doing this. Obviously these bright orange things will be going over with the dark brown paint. And the blue will have another coat to make it a bit more solid. I still haven't decided what to do on the bottom half. Might just do it black, because I think it might look like one of these trams, or maybe not. Anyway, quick update. Despairing wife is still despairing. Done the second round of paint. I found a better chimney. Look, it's much better. Have also done a coat of red on the bumpers and on the horn. I'm going to touch that red up there. And have done the darker brown of the wood, which looks a bit crappy at the moment. Need to work out what I'm going to do there, because it looks really shit. And I want to get some gold or brass paint. And I'd like to do the chimney, the bell, and the rails in that. I don't know where I get that from, and I still can't decide what to do on these bits. Maybe just blue the same. Who knows? Find out soon.